Hi, everyone. I wanted to give you an example in searching historical records of trying to find a family by an address in a census. Sometimes you may not be able to find the family in all of the censuses that you would expect to. And so you think, I'd like to just see who lived at their address. Do they still live there? And maybe the name has been mangled, or maybe it wasn't properly indexed, or maybe another family member lives there now. I just want to see exactly where they lived in a census. So to do that, I would like to share my screen with you. And we're going to go here to Family Search. This lady, Kate B. Harris, I had found her in a cemetery, in the Grandview Cemetery in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And then suddenly I was searching in Pittsburgh for someone else and came across her death record. And I had had no idea that she had died or even lived in Pittsburgh since I found her cemetery in Johnstown, which is about an hour and a half away. So I wanted to see, she died October 20th, 1902. I wanted to see, where did she live in Pittsburgh, maybe in Pittsburgh in 1900, in the 1900 census. Who were her family members there? She died in childbirth, so I wanted to get a little bit more information about her. And the death certificate gives me her address, 2832 Arlington Avenue. So there's a couple of ways that I could actually go about looking for this. I could click on Family Search here and go to Search Records. And then down here at the bottom, I could just type in United States Census 1900. I could click on that and it would take me directly here. Since I've already looked by name and I didn't locate anything for whatever reason, I could browse through the images. So now it's 1900 census. I know that I can narrow it down to Pennsylvania. I know Pittsburgh is in Allegheny County, so I can narrow it down. And then I look at all the enumeration districts here available. That's what ED stands for here. And I'm thinking, that's kind of intimidating because I know it's one of these Pittsburgh ones, but look how many there are. I need a better way to be able to find her address by enumeration district. And so this is a great website to try. It's called, let me get the top here, Unified Census ED Finder. It's by Steve Morris and his cohort here, Joel Weintraub. And Steve Morris has put together several websites that help you look at very difficult records, and they call them one step. So like if you have ever searched for Castle Garden or Ellis Island, can be very hard to find those because they're spelling specific, but he's put a one-step process into place that makes it a lot simpler. So I highly recommend you click on my other websites, because he has amazing things. He's got a lot of helps for Philadelphia too. But we're going to look at the Census Finder. So up here, I'm going to select, which I have selected, and I'm actually going to make this website just a little bit bigger so you can see that, the 1900 Census ED Finder. So then I've selected Pennsylvania here, and I selected Allegheny County. And in my drop-down menu, there was the option of Allegheny City, McKeesport, or Pittsburgh. I know it's in Pittsburgh. And then I have put in Arlington Avenue as her street address. They gave me a drop-down menu. And then I put 2832 as her house number. So you can reduce the number of enumeration districts by selecting cross streets and back streets. So one way you can do that is to click Google Maps, which I did right here, and you can see there is the address. It gives me some of the surrounding streets, which can be a huge help. So as I looked here, I wasn't quite sure of the one here that wasn't listed. There's one here that wasn't listed, and it looked like I put in an unknown on it, and then I knew it was 28th Street because it's 2832, so it was a cross street there. So you can have as many of those as you want to as you've clicked on the maps. So now it gives me enumeration district, Allegheny County 276. So now I can click on that, the enumeration district, and it will give me, just a second here, get the right page up. Okay, so then it will take me to viewing this enumeration district. So what I would like to do is just to do it for free display. So if I'm already signed in to Family Search will allow you to see the pages in the enumeration district for free. So all you have to do is click on free display in the middle, and it's going to take me to the census pages. So you can see here I'm in Family Search. I'm at the United States Census 1900, Pennsylvania, Allegheny County, Enumeration District 276, Precinct 2, Pittsburgh City, Ward 24. So now I have 31 images or 31 pages to look at. And since I did pre-look up this, now 31 isn't that difficult to look at. I happen to know it's on image 23. So as I look at image 23, I can blow that up. And I'm looking for Kate Harris. Her husband was Lewis. And here I can see them right here. So you can see that that doesn't really look like an Lewis. There's the J. I knew his middle name was J, but it kind of looks like an S instead of an L. And maybe that's why I didn't pick it up that well. I knew her as Kate. I had never seen another name, Catherine, but that kind of looks like a Catherine. And then it's almost an unreadable name down here. But that's actually, later I found that's Winnie, Winnie. So now I know this is what the family looked like in 1900. And I can see that I have Arlington Avenue written right here on this side. And I can also see 2832. That is the address that they lived at 2 years before her death. So this gives me quite a bit more information. I can see that they've been married 15 years. They had 2 children, and one of them was living. In the Grandview Cemetery where Kate is buried is her son. I did find Johnny, the son. I did not find Lewis. I didn't know if he was alive or dead after, because he wasn't buried by Kate. And Winnie, the daughter, wasn't. So I really couldn't find any more information about this and her. And this gives me quite a bit of information. So that's one way that you can locate a census by address by using this one-step Unified Census ED Finder by Stephen Morris. We'll have a link to this website in our file that we add under searching for additional records. So let me just go back so you can kind of see what that looks like. It's Unified Census ED Finder by Stephen P. Morris and Joel D. Weintraub. So have a chance to Google search that, but we will post the link so that you can find it. I thought this was a lot of fun to be able to help me find things. And as you're looking for typical places, rural areas can be even easier because they're not going to list a specific address. They're just going to list the county. And maybe they might list a township or something. And it allows you to search for those too. And most of the time, if it's a family farm, you want to see who lived at that family farm in every census because it might be a relative, a niece, an uncle, a grandson, a son-in-law, or somebody. So if you're having trouble finding the family, I recommend giving this a try. See you till next time. Bye.